interview, okay, with with a poet, should I say, and her name is Zainab. So make sure you keep it locked in, have a little listen to what she has to say. She's got some pure vibes. So of course, you there, Zainab? You good?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So you're live and direct right here on aratradio.com. Tell the listeners a little something about yourself.
Okay, hi. I'm Zainab. I write poetry. I'm originally from Syria, but because of the war, I had to move out. And writing is something I use to let myself out, to feel myself, and reflect on my life. So I hope that we can talk a little bit about poetry today.
Definitely, we will be. I just want to touch on the fact that, you were in war because a lot of us here in the UK, we might not know anything about that. So I'm happy that you made it out. But if you can, is there anything that you would like to say about it? And I want to say overcome, but obviously it must have been traumatic. But just to give the listeners a little something about what happened.
All right. I was very little when I was there, but I'd say that it's something horrible because people die every second, and it's like dying is as normal as living,
Okay.
where you don't get to be sad anymore when someone dies because it's so normal to see and hear, and the sounds were very traumatic. It was just horrible, but I feel like after I went out, I still feel that a lot of people are left there, and the world would never understand it until you go through it. So
Yeah.
I feel that because I went through that, I want to be there for those people.
Definitely, and that's what I really respect. So thank you for talking about that. I appreciate it. And of course, now you're in Japan, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Wow, okay. So how is Japan? How is that like over there right now in the current situation?
Um, at the moment, Japan is actually they are functioning normal still. The cases are rising, but then in Japan, people people were having social distance from the beginning because their culture and traditions, they don't have handshakes. Body touching is very rude in Japan, even if they are your closest friends. So the it didn't spread that fast, but then people like it the traditions already it helps a lot with the social distance, and then having masks on because Japanese people have it all the time, even before COVID time. So there is that as well.
Wow.
So Japan, it's okay right now, I'd say.
Okay. And yourself and your family are all okay as well?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So let's talk about your poetry. How did you get into poetry, and I suppose why? Why did you decide poetry was the thing for you?
All right. So I had really bad times where, because of war, I had times where I felt like the world is ending, and then I thought that I'm the only person in the world who's feeling this. Then I started talking to people about a lot of things. Then I found out that a lot of people go through stages where they don't even know themselves, like if this world is even real. They go to so much deep depression, but because we don't talk about it, so it makes it worse. It makes us like feel lonely, and there is no one this way. So maybe we are not strong enough for this world. We think we are the only ones feeling it. And then I found that through poetry, expressing these feelings through it, I could help even maybe save a life, because I can put my emotions out there and someone would read it and feel like I'm not the only one feeling this. There are a lot of people who actually hurt the same way. We are all humans after all.
Definitely. And I received a great poem from yourself yesterday. Can you tell the listeners a little something about that before we play it later on in the show?
All right. So, normally I do write poetry about racism or about heartbreaks or about those kind of stuff where we feel like we don't want to talk about to people because it makes us feel weak,
Yeah.
and then people would judge us. So this poetry is about a heartbreak that I went through. The reason I wrote this is because I saw a lot of people who just go through a heartbreak, but they don't want to tell even their closest friends because they think it's a shame to go through it. But then we are all humans, we have to go through it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the same heart, we all hurt the same. So I just put my feelings out in this poetry so everyone who's going through a heartbreak would understand that they are not the only ones going through it. Everyone goes through it and everyone comes out of it. So you will come out of it eventually as well.
Definitely. I like that message for real. So, I've seen lots of people on the rise of poetry. Why do you think it's starting to, I suppose, rise up? Why do you think a lot more people are getting into it?
I think that it's because of COVID. I can say that because it was for me too. Because after there were less communication and contact with the people. So you're at home and then you are alone with your thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
And then when you put your feelings into words, then you find out that they are so powerful. And I feel that a lot of people have figured this out because of this COVID situation, not being able to communicate with people, meet people. You are alone with your thoughts and ideas, and then you put them down to paper, and you see that these are not just words, but they can be a lot of things, messages, and even it can be a cure, it can be a medicine for a person. So a lot of people are starting to realize this.
Definitely. And I see a lot of young people as well speaking and musically doing lots of lyrics and things like that. What can you say to young people who might be struggling at this time, might not be able to get words out? What can you say to them, just for some advice?
For people who cannot get words out, I'd say that don't sit there and try to get the words out, but rather carry a notebook always with you. So, for example, when we go to sleep, we carry our phone with us to sleep because we don't want to miss that message, that notification that will pop up. But then what if you carry around a notebook, and whenever that thought will pop up, if you don't write it down right away, it's gonna disappear. And it happens a lot. For example, you're going to sleep, you get an idea, but then in the morning you don't remember it. So I'd say carry around a notebook with you. It's as important as when you carry around a phone.
Definitely. And what do you see for the future for yourself? What can you see? What are you doing at the minute?
In the future, I'd see myself helping a lot of people. I don't mean through my words only. I want to be volunteering for those who don't get the opportunity because, like myself, when I was little, I couldn't have a lot of opportunities, yet I was advantaged by coming to Japan, and I got to learn Japanese, which I feel like many people in Syria, for example, don't have access to it. So in the future, I hope I can make some connections and build some opportunities for a lot of people who need it.
Wow, such a unique story and unique inspiration as well. So, what's next?
Thank you so
We
much.
spoke about what you want to do for the future. Would you be up for perhaps saying a few words of your poetry live and direct on air?
You mean in the future?
Yeah, right now. A few words.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute. Let me bring my notebook because
Okay.
I have one special one that I wrote recently and I'd like to say.
Okay, no problem.
1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, here I go. So, I'm gonna talk about it first a little bit.
Okay.
It's about my life when I was in Syria and then when I came in Japan.
Okay.
So, what I have experienced. I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. A phone call that connected two people, each from a different part of the globe. asking each other if they hear the same sound. They agree as if they see the same cloud. Yet one was shaking with fears and tears. The other was smiling with warmth and faith, as one was hearing gunshots and the other fireworks. Yeah, so that was my poem.
Okay, wow, okay.
It's a short poem. It's about how when I came to Japan, I was hearing those fireworks every day, but then they were the exactly same sound as the gunshots in Syria, and how those same sounds bring different emotions in different countries. So it's been 10 years in Japan, but I still, whenever I hear it, I can directly connect it to the gunshots. So there is that as well.
Wow, so it's like a celebration, but also a fear, all in one.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what if people wanted to get in touch with you? How can they do that? Do you have social media and email, or do you not have those sort of things?
I do have social media, but if people would like to contact me, I would like to have emails. I prefer emails.
Okay. If you pass that to me, because obviously certain situations, if you pass me that email, then of course people can contact me through that email, and I'll pass it on for you. Yeah. Okay. So is it
sure,
definitely? So is there anything you would like to say to the listeners out there before we go?
I'd like to say that whatever you are feeling right now is every person in the world, they feel the same way, just like they bleed the same color. We all bleed the same color and we all feel the same way. And I really don't want you to feel alone just because of people not being able to express it. And I want you to take that first step, because expressing your emotions sometimes is a strength.
Definitely.
You are putting yourself out there, but you are understanding it as well. So it's a strength. So I'd say to everyone, just take that first step.
Definitely, and of course, thank you for sharing your story. I'm sure you have loads more to tell, but I do appreciate your time. And of course, we'll speak again and keep on with your poetry. Yeah.
Thanks to you as well.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. Speak again soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Yes, people, make sure you go and support and shout out Zainab, okay, all the way from Japan. Make sure you keep it locked in. Right now, we're going to play a piece of her poetry, and then we're going back to some tunes. But until then, we're playing a poem from Zainab. Check out the vibe. Here we go.
One of the worst fears we have, an expectation to be broken into half. So we choose to not have it in the first place. Yet we end up having it in every face. This time I had a feeling. It can't go wrong, I can feel it. It's rare and beautiful, I can put it into a song. The heart beats so fast, faster than the car passing before the lights turn red. I was so happy, couldn't believe if it was real or just in my head. I pinched myself. It hurt. It was so real. I found my happiness. You made me heal. What I forgot about was I judged so fast because I wanted to believe it was my last. Last time to give my heart. Last time to be hurt. I wanted to believe I found the hand, the one that will never leave mine even when it got hard. A day comes out of nowhere, just like the rain that falls down on a sunny day, just like the tears that fall down a smiling face. No, it can't be. This isn't real. A nightmare I need to wake up from. Expectation, heart, mind, soul, all broken into pieces. Not again. How can a hand that held you so tight, that led you to a place so bright, stab you in the back, leave you in the dark? I must do something. Maybe he is the one dreaming. I go back every once in a while to check if what we had wasn't a lie. Each time is an opportunity to crush my soul. Each time I go back all the way to learning how to crawl. I keep going back over and over. This time, having the expectation to be heard. But each time, you don't let me down, do you? Maybe that's why I keep coming back. But knowing how much it will hurt me, doesn't make the pain any less than the last time. I know I said I'm afraid of having my expectations broken into half, but this time I need you to prove me wrong. I'm afraid my expectations will again be true. Please show me that I don't know you.